Welcome to all the students in this presentation on the concept and scope of industrial management. That is lecture 1 for unit number 1, and the subject is industrial engineering and management. Subject code is RS601. The subject is meant for BTech 6th semester students from all the branches. The content which I will go through during the presentation are as introduction to industrial engineering as well as management. We'll differentiate both of these, like what is industrial engineering and how it is different from industrial management, the need of industrial management. Next, we'll discuss about the difference between production management as well as operation management, followed by the different phases of evolution, development of industrial management. Next, we'll discuss about the features of industrial management, role of the functions that are performed by the industrial management or personnel. Further, we'll see about the scope or area of application of industrial management, followed by the challenges that are faced by the industrial engineers nowadays. To start with the presentation, first we will discuss about the industrial engineering and management. Industrial engineering is the branch of science that is concerned with the designing of new product, the improvement in the product, existing product, and installation of the product, machinery, tools, including man, material, machine on the shop floor, and basically with the objective to draw upon the specialized knowledge and skills in mathematics and other sciences with the help of methods of engineering analysis and design in order to specify, predict, and evaluate the result developed from such systems. Basically, when we talk about engineering is all about to design, improve the existing system, and install the existing machinery, the new machinery or the proposed system within the organization. And why the all such design, improvement, and installation takes place in order to obtain certain certain product as well as machinery mechanisms in order to develop the new machinery, new parts, equipment. It is necessary to design the new one, whereas also it is necessary to optimize the performance of the existing system. And this is this is exactly the industrial engineering works. Whereas when we talk about industrial management is nothing but the branch of science that deals with the creation and management of systems that are developed through the engineer and with the help of the people, material, and energy in productive way. Basically, when we talk about the differentiation in between the two terms, industrial engineering and industrial management, as we know that engineering is nothing but the design and installation as well as improvement of the existing system, whereas management is all about to manage the things with the help of coordination of the people who are working in the organization and to organize, direct, coordinate the efforts in the synchronized way so that the overall productivity and efficiency of the organization can be increased. Next, we will discuss what is the need of industrial management, why we should go through, why one should read industrial management in day-to-day learning curriculum, especially when we talk about engineering students. Then the relevance of the subject is they must know how to produce. The purpose of engineering is engineering students is further as a professional is to produce the goods and provide it in the right quantity, right time, and right quality products, then only the company will survive in the market. Next is material cost should be specified as a resources, even not the material only, but all the resources which are being used for the production purpose, their costs should be specified, and one should try to keep it minimum as possible as. And the next the next point in support of need of industrial management is it provides the knowledge related to the inventory, that is inventory turnover of all type of stock that are being used, that may be stock, may be raw material, it may be in the form of WIP, that is work in process, and the finished goods. So the next the next possible objective of industrial management is to ensure the proper selection and acquisition of machinery and equipment as per the production process. We know that for different kind of production process, different machinery and equipments tools are being required, and so the purpose of the main basic work of industrial engineer is to select the most appropriate machinery. If the new technology is available in the market, then the new technology based automated machinery must be used in order to produce the qualitative goods. Next is the next point in support of industrial management is to ensure this is the subject which ensures the utilization of machinery and equipment. Basically, when we talk about utilization of machinery and equipment, we are talking about optimizing the performance of machinery and equipment that are being used in the organization. Next and important point is that industrial management must try to reduce the different kind of cost, including variable as well as fixed cost of the operations, as well as the office purpose cost must be reduced to certain extent. Next and last point that can be quote in support of industrial management as a need or objective is that objective of industrial management is to increase the volume of production and spread over more production, resulting absorption, so that they will be able to provide goods and in the market uh, continuously, consistently, and of good quality. And at the same time, if they do so, if they produce more and more qualitative good, then also they can acquire the percentage of market at, at the large percentage, or we can say the market stake will increase only when the management will concern about the quality of the product. And so quality management is also a part of industrial engineering. Next, we will see about the difference between the terms that are being used in industrial management, and they are quite interchangeable term, and sometimes students gets confused with these two terms, that is production management as well as operation management. Both the terms are used in reference to industrial management. And when we talk about production management consists of the technology that the points the production process in day-to-day manner, so that the resulting goods and services are produced according to the specification in amount and by the schedule demanded as the consumer demand, then the same can be provided at the minimum cost. And when we talk about production management, it deals with all the tangible goods and the distribution, and not only the distribution, we can say the production only in case of production management, which is a scientific planning and regulation required for producing the parts or goods. So when we talk about operation management is a science, as I told you earlier, that it is quite same as the production management, but the difference between the two is production management. When we talk about production management, we will talk about the tangible goods, and when we talk about operation management, we can study the subject from two point of view, like where operation management is the term that is used for the for the for for providing these products as well as services to the consumers. And so we can see that operation management deals with the production as well as delivery about the products as well as services both, whereas the production management deals only with the tangible goods. Then next we will discuss about the operation management. As I told you earlier, it deals with the study of both manufacturing as well as the service sector firms. This is the field of study that focuses on effective planning, scheduling, and use of manufacturing or as well as service organization through the study of concepts from design engineering, industrial engineering, management information system, quality management, production management, inventory management, and as if other functions, if any, as affect the organization. So we can say thoroughly production and operation management are quite same, and they both talk about to manage the things related to produce the goods as well as services. However, from the viewpoint of the tangibility, that can be differentiated, like production management deals with the tangible good, whereas the operation management deals with both tangible as well as intangible goods and services. And the second difference that can be made as a difference between the two is production management is the task that can be performed within a particular production plant. Whereas when we talk about operation management, it can be performed or it can be uh, taken place while the goods is being delivered to the customer, as well as after delivering the delivery of the services as well as product to the consumer. Still the operation managers, you are responsible to take the feedback from the customers so that they can provide the feedback to the production department again in order to optimize the performance of the goods as well as services rendered. We will discuss about the evolution phases of the industrial management. There are various phases through which industrial management evolved as a concept. Earlier, we can say it before the industrial revolution, that is before the invention of steam engine and steam. The phase is known as pre-industrial revolution phase. In this phase, the tools and equipments were not there, and the human was essentially dependent on the animal power, and they used to take animal power for their day-to-day work. And next comes the second phase, that is from 1777 with the invention of the uh, steam engine, and to the use of conventional tools and techniques, that is second phase known as industrial development phase, in which a number of machines and mechanisms were developed. And we can say that after the mechanical age, after the evolution of mechanical age with the invention of steam engine, then a big revolution arises near around 1888 with the development of induction motor by Tesla, and within the 19th centuries when the ICs, internal integrated chips, were evolved, then the concept was of industrial development phase. And this phase uh, remains up to 1920. Later on, operation research related quantitative techniques were developed, and the third phase was named as operation research and quantitative technique phase, which is taken into consideration from 1920 to 1970s. And within this phase, number of statistician develops number of techniques so as to improve the performance of existing systems, as well as to optimize the the performance of new as well as underdeveloped systems, product as well as services. A few of the statistical techniques that are developed related to the improvement of the performance can be quoted as 7 quality tools, quality control tools, and various types of quantitative techniques were evolved, like simplex analysis, duplex analysis, transportation analysis, assignment analysis, queuing theory, inventory models, and many more. And with the development of these theory, these theory provide the helps in order to reduce the variation in the quality of the goods produced. And the next and important phase that comes around 1970s in the developed nation is mentioned over here, that is automation and robotics phase. In this phase, automated transfer line, flexible manufacturing systems, use of computer-aided design, computer-aided manufacturing techniques were started in the developed countries. And by the 1990s, Toyota, Motorola, and some of the other big automobile giants like General Motors, Daimler, Chryslers, they they initiate uh, their plant as fully automated plant by the use of robotics. In the use of robotics and robotics related technology, Japanese, Taiwanese, um, uh, they they play an important role, and they develop their own uh, drones as well as robotics, so that the work can takes place in a very efficient manner with high accuracy as well as precision. Now, nowadays we are living in the modern phase, that is modern age of industrial management, which is known as factory of future. In this nowadays, artificial intelligence, fuzzy logic, neural networks, and the cloud-based services are being in used, and they are very much popular. And nowadays, the IoT-based app and the new web designs, web-based products are in used. And nowadays the mechanical or machineries are even works on the principles based on artificial intelligence. They becomes, all these machines as well as instruments becomes intelligent by so as to take their the decision making process by their own, as per the requirement. Next and important that I'm going to discuss is features or characteristics of industrial management. Industrial management, as we can see, is related with both arts and science stream. It is science just because in this particular subject we deal with the use of the principle of science in order to design, develop, and install the new as well as existing systems. And it is just because of the presence of management, unless and until management is not the things are not managed properly, then we cannot design maintain the design and maintain the existing technology or the new one. And so it is considered as science and art both. Next, an important feature of industrial management is it's a systematic approach that deals with the problems that arises in day-to-day manner on daily basis in an industry. We know that industries are working in a very dynamic environment, and in such the dynamic condition, the industrial management is works on as a systematic approach. It provides the solution of the problems in a very systematic manner, and so it is known as a systematic study and use of principles and uh, techniques within the plant. Next, we can see in the slide that it's an interdisciplinary science. Why it is interdisciplinary? Just because industrial engineering deals with number of subjects related to maintenance management, quality management, inventory management, material requirement planning, and so on. That is why this particular subject is interdisciplinary in nature. Next is the industrial management is based on the scientific tools and techniques that are developed so as to provide the basis for making changes within the organization, and so we can say that this particular subject is based on the development of tools and techniques. Without developing tools and technique, no one can claim that industrial management uh, changes make changes the significant in a significant manner. Next and most important point is it's able to provide the forward planning to the personnel who are working in an industry. Basically, industrial engineering is a science that deals with to develop and design the new product, and it is possible only with the foolproof planning. And industrial management helps in forward planning. Next and last point that can be mentioned in support of as a feature of industrial management, that it provide the basis for decision making. If we can unless and until the decision will not be takes place, then one cannot be implement the changes on the shop floor, and this particular science helps in decision making. Next, we'll discuss about the function or the role performed by the industrial management manager or engineer within the particular plant. Industrial manager works as an expert, advisor, consultant, motivator, trainer, and decision maker. There are various roles that are played by the industrial engineer as well as manager too. As an expert, he helps in designing the system, as well as he's expert in the use of new as well as existing technology like business process reengineering, total quality management, material requirement planning, and he has to optimize the performance of the existing system. Unless and until the existing system will not be optimized, it cannot be ensured that they are used efficiently. The efficiency as well as effectiveness, these two factors are essentially used to measure the performance of the object. If the performance of process is effective as well as efficient enough, it can only by using the optimizing techniques. And so to develop the new optimizing techniques, it's a function of industrial manager itself. Next is industrial manager. The next role that is played by the industrial manager is as an advisor or consultant. As an advisor as well as consultant, he not only interpret the data or the process, but he review the same and analyze it for the improvement. He found the if he found the scope of improving the things, then he do that accordingly and suggest the productivity tools for the improvement in the existing system. Also, industrial manager acts as the analyst of system, as he provide the analysis of the system and identify the fault within the existing system. He and study the system at micro level and and used to find out the factors that are affecting the performance of the existing system. He also acts as a trainer as to train the workers and motivate them and help in the work study, that is to provide a kind of knowledge, a kind of report to the management that how much time should be taken in order to process the goods, how much how many number of steps must be taken in order to accomplish a task in a proper manner. And at the same time, he also work as a good negotiator in order to approach the new vendors as well as the new technologists. And he is the one who works for developing the new technology. Next but not least, he works as a decision maker. As a good decision maker, he used to work on operation research and as well as quantitative techniques. He used to develop the decision making tools like MIS, Management Information System, integrate the same with the computers in order to make it effective and efficient. These were the roles of the roles that were performed by the industrial manager, and we'll discuss about the scope or area where the industrial engineering can be used. Industrial engineering can be used in both the areas, manufacturing as well as service industry. And in both the industries, the industrial manager works as to design the industrial systems as well as product. He used to work as a designer who works on to design for the new tools as well as jigs. He also responsible for designing the designing and installation of equipments, and for that he have to take the proper selection of size of firm as per the capacity or the resources the firm is having. Also, the area where industrial engineering can work is optimization is an important area, and it's the we see the scope that then the optimization is very much wide or broad area in which an industrial engineer or manager can work upon. Next is the selection of proper plant layout, plant location, as well as material handling systems within the plant is also comes under the scope of industrial engineer, where industrial engineer works. Next is he not only industrial engineering is not only responsible for designing the new product, as well as he within industrial engineering we have to analyze and as well as develop the controlling techniques also, like by using production planning and controlling techniques such as routing, expediting, and dispatching. And as a coordinator, industrial manager has to work with the other departments and other vendors, other companies, and they have to work on continuous improvement on the quality of the product produced. Next and important topic is of the challenges that are faced nowadays in front of industrial management. Basically, there are various challenges that are faced by the industries nowadays, like the business environment is dynamic, and within this dynamic environment, the uncertainty is continuously there for the in the future, and it is a big challenge in front of industrial management managers. Next is the timely delivery of the products and services in the most qualitative manner, and is another challenge that is faced by the industrial manager. Agility, like we can see, competitiveness, cutthroat competition is there in the market, and so one who is agile, more and more agile, he can get or he can acquire more and more market. Next is the production of qualitative goods and services is as more as required as the optimization of the existing systems are. And use of updated technology is utmost required nowadays. One who is not able to use the updated technology, updated systems, the industry will not survive within the market. With this, I sum up this presentation over here. In the upcoming lectures, we'll discuss about the productivity, the measure of productivity, production system, the layouts, as well as industrial ownership. That's all for now. I've taken different books for the subject purpose, like study purpose, like Dr. Ravi Shankar as well as T.R. Banga's book for the industrial management. Thank you very much, the students, for your kind attention.